So there's been a lot of X-Men movie news coming out over the last few days, and one of the newest pieces of news revolves around the long, struggling movie known as Gambit. It's been a long, difficult, and Cajun season-filled journey for the standalone Gambit movie, and the X-Men character has been in feature film development for years, and no one has been a bigger champion of the mutant card sharp than attached star Channing Tatum. Channing Tatum has definitely been wanting to do this film for a lot of years. The Jump Street actor has been held fast through director Rupert White dropping out, and then subsequent director Doug Liman doing the same. So it's been through all sorts of production hell. The project has been very quiet since last fall, but at the TCAs last week, X-Men producer Laura Schuler Donner assured everyone that yes, the plan is still to film Channing Tatum throwing playing cards charged with explosive energy, thereby fulfilling the actor's dreams of finally portraying the 23rd most popular X-Men. So I don't know if Gambit's ever going to get made. To be honest with you, it has been going through so much here lately. They've been trying to get like other films started, kind of like Deadpool, where they got these characters that spin off into their own standalone films. And while Gambit, it was a pretty cool character in X-Men Origins Wolverine, the character was not really well received. That movie itself was not really well received, and I don't think that the problem was with Gambit at all. And Channing Tatum, obviously, some people don't feel like he could fulfill this role, but he's gotten better as an actor, and so I'm willing to give him a chance. But it'll be interesting to see if this movie actually get made. But in other X-Men news, Laura Schuler Donner was promoting Legion, the new FX TV show, which centers on the X-Men franchise a little bit here too. But it has now come to our attention that Legion will not, I repeat, will not have any connection to the greater X-Men films. It's kind of going to be a little bit like DC's universe to some degree, where the movies stand on themselves and the TV shows stand on themselves. And Legion, it's been reported that it will actually mine the X-Men universe for characters that they have no intention of using in the feature films. So we'll probably get like lesser known characters, kind of like we do in Arrow or The Flash or things like that on the DC shows on the CW network. So it'll be something along that lines of Legends of Tomorrow and things like that, where we get a lot of lesser known characters that they could do a lot with on television, which is actually a smart plan because you get to see more of your favorite characters from the comics without them having to cross over with the films in the long run. Yeah, so the Legion, while I'm looking forward to it, it looks like a very interesting premise. It comes out on February 8th on FX. That'll be the start of season 1. So I hope everybody checks that out. There's also been talk now that X-Men is talking about possibly starting another TV show at some point, and that particular show will connect to the films. And if that happens, that could be very interesting to see how that happens, because that'll be more along the Marvel side of things, where the films sort of tie in, sort of don't tie in to the Agents of Shield franchise and Agent Carter, and I think they got Inhumans coming out this fall too as well, and some of the Netflix series and things like that. So it's kind of a step in that direction. So as long as audiences don't get confused between Legion and the new X-Men TV series, they won't get them hopefully mixed up and what goes with the big budget films as well. That could be very good for Fox and for the X-Men franchise as a whole. While no one really knows what the X-Men TV show that is currently untitled will be about, I just kind of personally like to see maybe, a series revolving around, Professor X's school for the gifted. Maybe not necessarily around the actual X-Men who go out and do all these superhero missions or anything like that, but maybe just some of the things around the school itself, the kids learning their powers and kind of learning to control them and things like that. That could be very interesting. And maybe if the characters do well in the show, maybe you can put them in the movies going forward, kind of like, almost like a little bit of a developmental territory. If you're a wrestling fan, you'll know what I'm talking about. Just kind of where you get trained and things like that. So that could be very interesting. Or maybe you take some of the lesser known characters from the X-Men universe and actually connect them to the films in this show, unlike Legion, who we're going to take them and do it separately. I'm very intrigued by the TV show because I just think that that adds more fun to the overall X-Men franchise, and I just think that would be something I would love to check out on television a lot. Well, that'll just about do it for me, everybody. Thank you for watching this video, and if you like what you saw here, please comment and like this video. And you can also subscribe to the Jailcast on YouTube by searching for Jailcast there. You can also find links in the description of this video for my Facebook and Twitter, or you can go to facebook.com/Jailcast, or you can find me on Twitter @EricJail. So until next time, thank you for watching. God bless.